4s and 5s beer review. Just tell them what we're coming out with tonight, Tommy.
Tonight we're coming at you with Octoberfest from Sam Adams. This beer, I've had it before, it's pretty good. In 1810, Munich celebrated the marriage of their prince or something, and they had a 16-day party, and they made this beer just for that party. So
I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with this beer, so not much to say about it. Just grab you a pack. If you haven't had it before, you know what we're talking about. So we're gonna pop it open and pour these.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pop them and pour them. We're gonna have a nice in-depth review for you guys today. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, this is available early September to about late November, I want to say. If not late November, early December is when they take it off the market. Great beer. I've had it on tap before at a bar where I go every Sunday to watch my games.
yeah,
It's Ravens, in case you were wondering. I have his glass.
This is a really good beer. I gotta say, we both had it on tap last season during football season, and it is a seasonal beer. And I gotta admit, it's one of the better seasonal beers that I've had. So this has a great pour there. Let me see your bottle there.
This is a great beer, though. Not to say the least. Seasonal, as we already said. I love to grab this every fall because I just love seasonal beers. Whether it's winter. Not very fond of summer beers. I'll drink them, but I'm more of a fan of winter and fall beers. So, with that said, we're gonna go ahead into the smell test and the lighting test. It pours very great. It has a nice what would you call that color, buddy?
I would call that a reddish hue to it. I don't know exactly what color to call that. I mean, you have the light there.
It's somewhat reddish.
Yeah, it's reddish.
Somewhat caramel.
It's almost got a amber ale color to it, just a little bit darker.
Yes, exactly. And what my buddy was saying is when you put the light on it, it definitely has a red hue to it. But let's go ahead and go here into the smell test.
I'm definitely smelling the sweetness to it.
You see, when I smell it, I'm not getting nothing very extraordinary out of it.
After those pumpkin beers that we just tried, I'm not getting a lot of smell to it as of spice wise. And I mean, let's see here. Let's read the bottle a little bit. It says it has 5 roasted malts. I smell the malts, but I don't smell any of the spices that you would add to a beer. So
you're definitely getting the smell of the beer in there.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that this is a beer. So it smells pretty sweet. You can smell the malts in there. I'm really liking that smell. So let's go ahead and dig into these.
Let's do it, man. You see, my thing with this beer is it's very unexplainable. Like, it goes down very smooth with a somewhat of a bitter taste. Not too bitter, like it was somewhat of a bitter beer that you would take a sip and not even want anymore. For you beer connoisseurs out there. But it's a seasonal beer, so when it comes around, I definitely do not like missing out on it. Like my partner said here earlier, excuse me, no charge. Gotta pick it up every summer. I mean, every fall.
Every fall, yeah.
Great on tap. Definitely a little bit richer on tap. A little bit more watered down when you get it bottled up. But I think after going for another taste of these judges a little bit.
No charge. So I gotta say, this is definitely a must pick up if you're into any kind of beers. You like different things other than American. Pick this up every winter or every fall. I'm sorry, we're all getting our season mixed up. But yeah, we actually frequent a local pizzeria that serves beer during the football season, and they have a good selection, and they have this on tap pretty much every year.
And just to make it clear for him, it is an Octoberfest, but this is no taste of pumpkin in it to my taste buds.
Yeah.
It's very smooth. It's very different. It fits the season. It's definitely enjoyable. Chilly fall nights. Right before it's getting cold, when it's a little bit hot during the day, chills off during the night. Great beer to have.
Well, about the pumpkin thing, this is brewed in a whole different part of the world, so that's why we got it may be October like you said, but expect something that's Oktoberfest in a different part of the world. This is not an American style beer. Plain and simple. They got this from from Munich. But I gotta say, it is a delicious beer for nice chilly nights, like you said. I gotta say, this is a 12er.
And it even said in here, 16-day parties when it ended after the beer was brewed. So definitely a great party beer. If you're not into those lighter lagers, but you're looking for something with flavor, and you want something that goes down smooth at the same time, you're not too into dark beers, because this is one thing I could say for a darker color beer, it doesn't go down as much and as harsh
it doesn't.
bitter as darker beers. And I love dark beers to death, but this is something I could drink all year round if I had to, even if it's hot, cold, or chilly outside. I definitely love this beer, especially on tap. It's delicious.
Oh yeah. Well, this beer is one of the beers that I would recommend to someone just coming out and they've had the Bud Light and they're looking for something different. Try this. It will wash down the same as a Bud Light, maybe a little bit heavier, just a little bit, but like he said, for the color, it washes down incredibly smooth, but has an incredible flavor to it. It's like he said, it's unexcribable.
Definitely indescribable. But as far as the taste and finish, it's very, very, I don't want to say above average or below average, but it's just right there in the middle. It's not an extraordinary beer. It's not a below average beer, but it's right up there in the middle. I wouldn't mind drinking a whole 6-pack.
No, I wouldn't mind drinking a 12-pack, honestly. I wouldn't want to drink them consecutively over time, like if I had to have it every time I picked up, I'd be, picked up another 6-pack. I'd be a little bit depressed with it. But if you're looking for something just a little bit to change it up, it's getting chilly outside, try this. It's perfect.
And on the side note, off subject, Samuel Adams has some great beers, period. If you just want a regular lager, you want you a stout, my phone's going off, excuse that. Hell, what else do they have? They have some IPAs. They have some great IPAs. And we're not very fond of IPAs.
Yeah, we had one earlier tonight. We're not going to review it because we just don't like IPAs, so it's not going to be a good review. But, they were one of the better IPAs that we've had.
And then the cream stout is delicious.
Yeah, we've already done the cream stout reviews. That one is
the
one
Harvest
of our top
Pumpkin
favorites.
was definitely out of this world. Something I can never describe in my world. But this, I throw it right in the middle because I can't put a score on it because it's so delicious, but it's not just over the top delicious.
So it's in between a 6-pack, like strongly recommend a 6-pack, and if you want to get a 12-pack, it's like So you're right in the middle. If you could find an 8-pack of this, go ahead, have that with your friends.
Or even a bomber of this.
Yeah, even awesome. A bomber. Yeah, that would be good, but it's hard to find bombers.
And
of anything.
Again, it's seasonal, so if you ever see this in your local brewery store, definitely worth the pickup because it's not going to be around all year round. So I'm Jaime.
And I'm Tommy.
It's been the 4s and 5s beer review. Check it out, fellas, ladies.